Amber, I'm not talking about a date. I'm talking about you and me getting together. Imagine how that would upset Johnny. Amber? Amber! Welcome back to Big Mouth and welcome to the Big Mouth Daily Live. As we asked this morning, are the Snyder fans clutching at straws? I want to make it absolutely clear that I am a huge supporter of the Restore the Snyderverse community. A couple of days ago, they lied and said that Henry Cavill unfollowed multiple WB accounts. This has been proven to be a lie. I wake up this morning to find out that they're pushing out more lies, saying that WB have interfered in Matt Reeves' The Batman. This is, of course, not true. Ronnie Dodge. Morning, Mick. Morning, Ronnie. Great to have your company here on the Big Mouth Daily Live. Hope you're okay. And yeah, so, no one is interfering with Matt Reeves' The Batman. Now, some idiots would have believed this lie if it was any other film, but Matt Reeves' The Batman, Matt Reeves walked away from this movie when they refused to replace Ben Affleck. And he came back when they said, okay, you can replace Ben Affleck and have your own Batman. Quite right, too. We talk about freedom of creativity, creative freedom. And then, everyone got upset because he replaced Ben Affleck. Well, he didn't want to tell Batfleck's story. He wanted to tell Pattinson's story, right? And so no one's messing around with that film. So why are elements of the Snyderverse fandom spreading these lies? Well, it's the biggest threat to them. They're scared that this film is going to be a success because this will water down the restoration of the Snyderverse. Eleanor Salter, morning to you too. Another beautiful Cyprus morning here. Now, Gal Gadot has spoken out to Israeli journalists, saying that Joss Whedon threatened to end her career. She took it upstairs to WB and it was sorted. Now, this is old news, but she's never publicly stated that he threatened her career. Now, clearly, Gal has come out to say this in hope of restoring the Snyderverse. Marcus Walker, I'm still a diehard Snyderverse fan, but I'm getting so tired of all this endless drama from the same individuals on Twitter. Marcus, me and you are bros. We're not really brothers, but we're bros. I feel exactly the same way. I don't mind people fighting for a good cause. The restoration of the Snyderverse is a good cause. But the lies about Henry Cavill unfollowing WB accounts, the lies about the Batman being interfered with by WB, no way. It is not true. And it just shows how desperate they are. Now, going back to Gal Gadot, talking to the Israeli media, everyone's making a big deal. Ray Fisher's come out again. It doesn't matter. It's old news. For those people saying Gal should have come out earlier, like Henry Cavill, she's played it smartly. She wanted to remain as Wonder Woman. And, Henry wanted to remain as Superman. And if it is true that he's going to cameo in every DCEU movie, his tactics have been the right move, as Gal Gadot's tactics were the right move. Why should she sacrifice her own career? She shouldn't. And so all this stuff that I've woken up to is nonsense. It doesn't matter. Joss Whedon isn't even with WB anymore. Now, I know they kept him with the Nevers and they moved him to HBO Max, blah, blah, blah. This is how big business works. If they rate someone, they protect them. This is what happens. Now, as immoral as this behavior is, it's the way it works, not just in the film industry, not just in the entertainment industry, in all industries. And I think you're very adorable if you're shocked by the way these studios conduct themselves, right? Now, what's going to happen is this screaming and crying for the restoration of the Snyderverse is going to become watered down when James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is released. There's no question about that, because that film is going to please a lot of people. And then next year, 5, 6, 7 pieces of content for the DCEU, right? 4 DC movies. Another 3 DC projects on HBO Max, Peacemaker, Gotham PD, and Green Lantern Corps. The mainstream audience aren't going to care. As I say, I'd love the Snyderverse to be restored, but it's the same noises all the time. Oh, WB! And it doesn't work. People are bored of it. Marcus Walker, I think the Flash film will be phenomenal. Can't wait to see Keaton back. Do you know what, Marcus? Even if we weren't getting what we're going to get in the Flash movie, think about it. A Flash movie. How long have we waited for that? When you were a kid, didn't you dream of seeing the Flash in his own movie, let alone the cameos and all of that? Kurt, Manchester United fan. Yes, United. Glazers out. Too right. Hello, bro. Yes. It's good to have a United fan on here. What do you think of the Glazers statement? Very, very interesting statement. And, the fan forum have got to be careful how they respond to this. We can't just whack the hand away because it makes us look bad publicly. If they keep their promises and sort the stadium out and invest in the team, I'll be happy, but they have to keep on doing it. We can't trust them, clearly. I don't know if we can force them out. Obviously, if we make the club worthless to them, they will go, but it will take time. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, Glazers out. I'm going good. I'm sorry. I'm going good tonight, bro. Awesome. Ronnie Dodge. I think they're scared that this will be successful. I'm also a United fan as well. 2 United fans on the live stream. God, wow. We'll become a Man United fan channel soon. Don't worry, Goldbridge. I'm not trying to compete with you. But yes. So you wake up every morning to this bullshit. As I say, I don't mind good people fighting for something. Because most of the Snyderverse fans are good people. But lying, what's the point? He doesn't win. Nobody believes that Matt Reeves is having problems with WB, right? Do you know how long he took his time to even, do a trailer, to even, and they were very, very patient with him. And so, Matt Reeves, he took ages to write his, remember how long he took to write his script? And everyone was saying, it's not going to happen. Do you remember the nonsense about, Robert Pattinson and Jason Momoa's stepdaughter, that he got her pregnant? Nonsense like this. It's from very, very desperate people. It's the people that come out with a lot of crap about Amber Heard as well. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, Glazers out. Manchester United in talking to buy Centre Coast Mariners Soccer Club in Australia on Optus Sport News last week. Kick Glazers out now. Not soon, bro. Well, we're not going to kick them out now. It's going to take time. But I wish we could kick them out now. But these things take time. These are powerful people. But the anti-Glazers movement is working. We have to keep on going. And let's see where it leads us. Ronnie Dodge. I think all studios give notes to their directors, so the news isn't new to me. No, but it's not news. It's rumours and it's not true. James Gunn hardly had any notes. Matt Reeves hardly had any notes. And James Gunn said if he got notes he didn't like, he ignored them. And that was it, right? But when you have a mutual respect for a director and the director respects the studio, this is how it works. So, no, I'm not concerned. And you're right. Of course, all studios want to say where their money's going and how this thing's being shaped. It is their IP after all. But these uneducated people don't understand that, I'm afraid. So it's the same old noises by the same old people all the time. Marcus Walker, the Batman will be next level. Of course it will. Matt Reeves is a genius. Nobody knows DC Comics more than him. And we talk about Walter Hamada and we talk about, saying that Walter Hamada knows nothing about DC. Well, Aquaman was very, very comic accurate, wasn't it? What'd you say about that? I take it James Wan doesn't know about DC then? What a film that was. And that comic accurate costume as well. Think about it. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, Glazers out. I did subscribe last night, bro. Thank you very much, Kurt. It's always, always very much appreciated. So if you know any other United fans or anyone else who's interested, get them to subscribe. Let's create something. We can talk about all stuff. We can talk about United and we can talk about geek. We can talk about nerd. We can talk about anything. Nothing's off the table as long as it's, not too across the line, of course. But you know what I mean. So thank you for the subscription. Very much appreciated. I definitely think doing these lives is working for me. I don't think I haven't grown the channel or anything since, but I think there's a more appreciation for the channel and for myself now doing these lives because people want to interact with the person they like to watch. So I think it's a good move. So not much news out there in terms of DC or the MCU, the same old whispers. we've got to be careful with the internet because people just say whatever they want. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia Glazers out. Do you think Old Trafford needs repairs, bro? Needs repairs? Listen, it definitely needs a lick of paint. We want to extend how many people can go there. We may even need to move to another stadium if we want to expand it that much. But definitely, I mean, I can only go on what people say and the pictures that are posted on the stadium because I haven't been for many, many years. But I think definitely it would be a show of faith and caring about the club to actually do something to the stadium. We need to expand it. Fans were very upset when they saw Tottenham's glorious stadium and were saying, why haven't we got this? It happens all the time. I hear people keep on saying, why can't the DCEU be like the MCU? They've got plans in advance of a decade, right? But if you think about the DCEU, most of the films are pretty good, apart from Justice League. Wonder Woman 84 has its issues, and Birds of Prey. The other films I've really enjoyed. Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, Suicide Squad, Wonder Woman, Aquaman, Shazam. You know, they've been really, really good films, and they've worked for a lot of people. So I don't think the DCEU is as bad as people think. But we know there was controversy after Man of Steel, but especially after BVS. And this is why they're going down this new direction. It's very sad. It is. I like what Zach was doing. I do. But not everybody did. You know, so, you know, these things happen. But as long as we're pushing the DCEU to a brighter future, that's all I care about. Marcus Walker, love you, Mick. You've always seemed like such a genuine guy. Thank you, Marcus. Thank you very much. I appreciate the love, and I love you too, of course. In a straight guy, straight kind of way, of course. Got to be careful these days, haven't we? But yes. I appreciate the love, Marcus. Thank you very much. But yes, I'm a very straight shooter. I've always supported Restore the Snyderverse, but ultimately, I was watching Superman the movie on multiple occasions as a 10-year-old boy up until now. That's where I started. I appreciate a lot of DC stuff. And I come from an era where everyone didn't pick every DC piece of content and comic book to pieces. I come from a generation where we just sat there and enjoyed our stuff. I didn't pick Superman the movie to pieces or Superman 2, not even Superman 3. I went to the cinema to see Superman 4. It was the first Superman film I saw in the cinema. And despite its problems, we all enjoyed it. And me and my young friends were saying, oh, I wish, let's hope, not Aquaman, let's hope Nuclear Man comes back. He's awesome. Because as kids, we kind of dug, Nuclear Man. He was a good little supervillain, really. And he's actually been in the comics as well. He wasn't originally in the comics. And that stuff with his footsteps he does in Superman 4 when he burns, imprints his footsteps on the floor. Such awesome early effects. Back then, we didn't get great effects like that. But wow. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia Glazers out. I think 3-0 Man United, bro. Marcus Walker, laughing emoji. Well, the problem I've got with your prediction, Kurt, I ain't got any problems with you, by the way, is that Ollie keeps on bitching about these 3 games in 5 days or whatever it is. He's getting his excuses for the Europa final loss already. I think he's going to play a weakened team today. He's pretty much got second. So I think it may not be as good a result as we're hoping. I hope you're right. I would like nothing more than to thrash Aston Villa. But Aston Villa actually are not a bad side. We've actually always had a good record against Aston Villa, home and away. Obviously, we're not very good at home anyway because our manager is a one-trick pony. He can only play defensive, counter-attacking football, which is a shame. I love Ollie, of course. Hot Takes Tuesday. So what did you think of Jupiter's Legacy and the bad reviews? Are you a Man U supporter? Me too, bro. Lol. The third Man United supporter on the same stream. Yes, I'm a Man United supporter. I haven't bothered watching Jupiter's Legacy because I haven't had trouble sleeping yet. And the bad reviews. Yes, it's had a lot of bad reviews. Listen, I told you a lot last night. I don't think you were with us Hot Takes Tuesdays, but I was saying a lot of streaming stuff is very, very basic and ordinary. They spend a lot of money on them, but it's look, as I say, I'm embracing physical media. I'm embracing stuff I grew up with. I'm embracing stuff that I like, so I don't keep on getting triggered by this modern day kind of mediocre shit that they put out there. I think streaming services will be done within 20 years. I don't even think they're going to survive. I think physical media will come back in. I think, broadcast networks will come back in. People think these streaming services are the future. I think people are already starting to tire of these streaming services because they're originals. There's some good originals, don't get me wrong, but not a lot. It's unfortunate, but it's the way it is. And plus, they're all going down this "we want to represent people" thing, and it's very boring. They never talk about entertainment. They never talk about their characters. You're boring me, so I'm going to watch media and entertainment when people were trying to entertain us, the good old days. Marcus Walker, I still unashamedly love Batman Forever and Batman and Robin. Do you know what? I like both those films. I remember going to see Batman and Robin, and I love that opening action sequence against Mr. Freeze and Batman and Robin. I actually always thought it was pretty cool. I do think it was an overstuffed movie. I didn't like Batgirl. Alicia Silverstone just isn't for me. Don't get me wrong. I wouldn't kick her out on a cold night. But as an actor, I don't like her. And she wasn't a great Batgirl. She was kind of annoying. But I think Arnie was great fun as Mr. Freeze. And I thought George Clooney, when he had serious good stuff to do, I thought he was a really good Bruce Wayne. I think he was probably a better Bruce Wayne than a Batman. And the stuff with Alfred dying was absolutely magic. In terms of Batman Forever, Kilmer is a great Batman Bruce Wayne. Nicole Kidman plays off of him very well. I think that Jim Carrey is sensational as the Riddler. I don't care if he's campy. Tommy Lee Jones as Two-Face is great fun as well. So they're both really entertaining films. But of course, the modern, young, cool kids just tear everything from our past to pieces, don't they? Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, Glazer out. I did share your live stream on Facebook, bro. Thank you very much. I really do appreciate all the shares and all the support and the gratitude. I can't show you how grateful I am. I can't give you money or anything, but I can say thank you. That's awesome. So thank you very, very much. Ronnie Dodge, I think Robert's Batman could be one of the best Batmans. Imagine how much these little effers are going to cry if people start saying he's the greatest Batman ever. Because I think he's actually going to create the Bat family. Maybe not in this trilogy, it's more than that. This is the new DC universe. And Matt Reeves, listening to him speak at DC Fandom, I just saw the guy's passion and knowledge for DC and the Batman universe and Gotham. Why are people saying the Gotham TV series is coming back? I don't think that's true. Where are we? Marcus Walker released the Schumacher cut. Yeah. I'd probably be more excited to see that than any other cut right now. To be honest, it would be interesting. And you see, there's no problem with releasing the Schumacher cut, because people won't want Schumacher back because, first of all, he's dead, which makes things a bit harder. But with the air cut, it just makes it just gives people false, just makes people think that the Snyderverse is going to be restored. Ronnie Dodge, can't wait for the Batman panel at Fandom with all the cast, hopefully. That's going to be a lot of fun. You never know. People may actually be able to physically go to Fandom this year if everything with COVID is sorted out. And why not? It's quite a long time to October, so why not? So those of us who can't make it can watch it digitally, and the other people maybe in America can go and see it. Wouldn't that be fun to actually have a crowd at DC Fandom? I think that would be absolutely fantastic. Wow, it is hot here in Cyprus. It is so hot, I can barely talk. Every time I talk, I'm like that. Oh, I've got water. I forgot about my water. Cheers, everyone. Yeah, so I don't think there's an issue with the Batman. I don't think Henry Cavill unfollowed anyone. Listen, it was a bum move. That news was shared on his birthday, but I don't think it's as deep as people think. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, Glazers out. My birthday on Tuesday, Manchester United fan protest in 13th of May, bro. So is that the day when we're playing the Liverpool game? We're never going to play that Liverpool game, are we? Happy birthday for Tuesday as well. How old are you going to be? I'm 48, by the way. Do I look it? Do I look it? I did put Nivea on my face. I genuinely put Nivea on my face. I'm not joking. Yeah, so So there's that. Kurt Manchester United fan, Australia Glazers out. 33 number, bro. Wow, 33 on Tuesday. 33 years on this earth. That should be a celebration, shouldn't it? Ronnie Dodge, I don't think Warner Brothers will interfere with The Flash. You think they will, Andy and Barbara, will get on with it? Well, basically this is a studio movie. The studio movie put this film together because they want to use the film to reboot the DCEU. So yes, it is Andy's vision, it's Walter's vision, it's Jim Lee's vision. It's a bunch of people sitting down and working together without any issues. So everyone's involved in the creation of this film. So there's no issue there. So it's not just the vision of Andy Muschietti, because he was brought in to forward this kind of multiverse strategy. Marcus Walker, especially with what the writer Akiva Goldsmith said last week about it being a lot deeper diving into Bruce's psychological trauma. Yes, Akiva Goldsman was involved with that film. It's interesting with Akiva. He's involved with some duds. I don't think Batman Forever was a dud. I think people actually went to see that film. Didn't that do good box office? Hot Takes Tuesday. So did you say you haven't seen Jupiter's Legacy? I missed. I was cooking. Yes, what my exact words were. I haven't had trouble sleeping lately, so I haven't bothered watching it. No. I was just saying, Hot Takes Tuesdays, when I was answering that question, I don't watch much original streaming content because I find it shit and disappointing. So I'm embracing physical media and watching what I've always enjoyed. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia Glazers out. Manchester United versus Leicester in 13 May, bro. Ooh, wow. All these Premier League games are going to be irrelevant. City have won it. United are going to finish second. Ronnie Dodge, yeah, totally agree. And Ezra being involved with the process as well. Yes, I think Ezra's been very passionate about this character. He's worked with people to try and sort this out. In the dark days when the film didn't have a director, he kept on coming out assuring us that, there was something going on. So that was great. This has been, there's been so many creatives involved in this film. First, we were going to have Zach shared universe with the Flash movie. It was going to be Flashpoint. And then we were going to get the Lego movie guys. And then, so it's, it's gone through the mill. But I think Andy Muschietti is perfect for this film. It's going to be very interesting. Yeah, look, I have a lot of confidence. Hot Takes Tuesdays. I highly recommend it, bro. But I get it. Yeah, I will watch. The thing is, there's so many things for me to watch. And that probably wouldn't be first on my list. That's the only thing. I've still got to watch the rest of Bad Batch, the first episode and the second episode. There's a few things I've got to watch as well. So, Marcus Walker, I still need to watch Invincible. Heard nothing but great things. I saw the first episode, Marcus. Very, very good. Sam DeJoy reviews. Will Cyborg get his movie? Ray Fisher won't be getting any movie unless there's a dramatic change. I think they're going to recast Ray Fisher. They may even use the guy from Doom Patrol, who's a very good young British actor. Look, I just feel that Ray Fisher has done his pieces, hasn't he? Unless there's a surprise cameo in Flashpoint. We will see. But yes, look, it's a shame about Cyborg. But in life, you've got to understand how things work. And there's some things in life you can't change. We want to change things. I don't agree in the governmental process, in governments running the world. But they do. And the only way that changes is if everyone stands together. The industry doesn't change because Ray Fisher keeps on making comments on Twitter. Everyone's got to stand with him. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia Glazers out. I did play soccer last year, 0 yellow card and 0 red card, bro. Oh, wow. That's amazing. I haven't played football for years. I didn't really enjoy playing, to be honest with you. I used to stand in goal smoking. Ronnie Dodge, we will get a Cyborg film, but not with Ray. I'll repeat that. Ronnie Dodge, we will get a Cyborg film, but not with Ray. It's looking that way. Listen, the more DC content we get and the more good DC content we get, nobody's going to care. People will always respect and admire Zach's stuff. But I'm sorry. I mean, personally, I don't see why they don't restore it. How can you argue with those numbers? The China numbers are insane, although the DCEU, especially Snyder's DCEU, has always been successful. I don't think Birds of Prey even touched the surface in that country, did it? So, but at the end of the day, those. Hello again, Elena Salter. But yeah, so I would restore the Snyderverse. The money's there. But people have got to pipe down, or people are just not going to be interested in being involved with the Snyderverse. Marcus Walker, Ray has proven himself to be a liability. No studio will hire someone who has shown himself to be difficult. It's difficult for him. I think he's just finished doing some project. There's always someone that's going to work with him. He'll probably be okay somewhere, but I can imagine he's one of those people that keeps on picking on the set and keeps on finding issues, and he must be a challenge to work with him. And I think this is why him and Jeff Johns didn't get on. Jeff Johns just couldn't handle working alongside him. Very, very difficult when you've got an actor, making demands all the time. Sam Dejan reviews, I want a Black Canary series. Yeah, so do I. Let's see what happens. There's a lot of stuff out there. There's stuff in development right now. So we'll see how we get on. So I think the new Superman will kick off it probably will kick off the films of 2023. Hot Takes Tuesdays. Do you think Zack Snyder will hire Ray Fisher? Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. He may even cameo in Army of the Dead. We might not even know about it. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, Glazers out 6:30 p.m. here in Australia. Wow, you've had a whole Sunday. An Australia cricket team band coming have back home. An Australia cricket team in India, bro. Oh, wow. Ronnie Dodge, some toxic Snyderverse fans will think of things to be negative about. Well, they think the more negative stuff, truth or made up, they say about the new universe, the new films, WB, they think they're going to restore the Snyderverse, so let them carry on. Although a lot of these people are obsessed, so they're just going to keep on going on. So a lot of the time I just laugh at them. Now and again I respond. Because I don't believe anyone's interfered in the Batman. It's as simple as that. And I don't believe Henry Cavill unfollowed anyone because he wasn't following them to begin with. And I mean, who knows? Maybe he did follow those WB accounts and they announced it on his birthday and he was triggered and he unfollowed them, Or he unfollowed them to make a point, to scare them, to make his bargaining power stronger. Who knows? I don't think it's as big a deal as everyone thinks it is, though. There's a lot of toxic people out there, though, and, they're always going to keep on digging and digging. I think it's the end of the road. Look, I think it's the end of the road. It's time to look forward. Enjoy those Snyder movies. Go over to Netflix. I think what's going to happen when Army of the Dead comes out, they're still going to be going, you see, look at Army of the Dead. You see WB? Because Toby sold Army of the Dead to a Netflix. But clearly he didn't want to make that film. So it doesn't matter how successful it is. WB have had other successes this year, haven't they? Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, Glazers out. I wish Manchester United in Champions League, bro. Well, we're going to be in the Champions League next season. We were doing quite well at the beginning of the tournament, then we messed it up. Hopefully we can buy some players. Haaland's the one I really want, and we'll see how we get on. Marcus Walker, I still think it was bad that he dragged Hamada into drama that essentially he has nothing to do with. He did it again in his tweet yesterday. I woke up, he did it again. He's always going after Walter Hamada, even though Walter Hamada was working under orders. Walter Hamada told him what the studio wanted him to tell him. He won't admit that. What is his issue with Hamada? Well, because he wants to dethrone Hamada and put Zack in his place, or maybe Deb in his place, Zack's wife. Why do you think he's going for Hamada? Because he's the current head of the DC movies. He's the president of DC Films. So they think, get rid of him and, but it's not going to work out that way. The only way you get rid of Hamada is if the Hamadaverse fails, all right? That's the only way. He simply hasn't got enough dirt on him. He hasn't got any dirt on Hamada. So Hamada isn't going anywhere unless his plan fails. Simple as that. And the movie he'll really be judged on is Flashpoint, because that's the one that's meant to set up all this new stuff. By the end of the film, we'll know if they're going down a great direction or if it's another clusterfuck. If it's another clusterfuck, of course, Hamada is done. And maybe then you would have a chance of restoring the Snyderverse. But what an absolute mess if that was to fail. I don't think it will. I hope it won't. But who knows with this industry. But as I said, the DCEU has had more successes than duds. Ronnie Dodge, I'm just getting bored of the constant drama. I think the fans will keep throwing digs at Warner Brothers. And I do think Ray has a massive ego. That's my fault. I think when we get to the Central Universe and I want to enjoy positivity, I'm going to unfollow a lot of people so I don't have them in my feed. And that's the best thing to do. Just get rid of them because it's boring. They were good. You know, I liked following them when we were fighting for the Snyder Cut and when we kept on fighting for, restore the Snyderverse. But, if people are just going to repeat themselves every day, it's very, very boring, isn't it? So I must keep an eye on the time because I've got a chicken in the oven. So I put it in half an hour ago. So that's not bad. That's all right. And then at 12, I have to turn it over. It's fun, isn't it? So yes, Ronnie, I'm getting bored of them as well because it's repetitive. It's the same thing every single day. But you know what? I'm lucky and you're lucky. We can switch them off at any time. They can talk to themselves. They can talk to each other. Because when they make up lies about Henry and the Batman, the mainstream audience are not listening to them. The mainstream audience don't care. When Ray Fisher puts a tweet out, nobody cares. It's repetitive. Ray Fisher said this. Ray Fisher said that. It's boring. Nobody cares anymore. People are too hyped up. You wait until the Suicide Squad comes out if anyone's going to care what people are saying about Restore the Snyderverse. No, people are going to be standing that movie, and it looks like James Gunn's going to be done with Disney and the MCU after Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 3. He pretty much said that on Twitter yesterday, which was interesting. He said, listen, he goes, never say never, but my Guardians 3 is the end of that story, so that means he could still continue. But I think he's coming home to DC, and he's got a lot to do at DC. He's going to have a lot of fingers in pies, and who knows what else he could do with DC. So I think James Gunn is a great acquisition by Walter Hamada and proves that Walter Hamada knows what he's doing, and the media are going to be making this point when James Gunn's The Suicide Squad is so successful. There's no negativity around that. In fact, Gunn's got more negativity, what he's been saying about Guardians 3, from Marvel fans than real DC fans. DC fans are excited about his Suicide Squad movie. Ronnie Dodge, I blocked Ray, not to be horrible, but his tweets. I don't think I blocked him. I'd probably unfollow him. Have I unfollowed him? I think I've unfollowed him before and refollowed him. But yeah, look, it's just boring. It's just boring. It's the same. Look, I want to restore the Snyderverse. I say it repeatedly every day. But at the end of the day, right, it's complicated for me because I can't just boycott what's going on here. I'm going to give it a chance. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Marcus Walker. And they attacked Henry by saying he didn't support Zack when he was the one announcing the film with him on the stream back in May. Listen, Henry did whatever he could without damaging his career. He's a career actor. He's doing very, very well, thank you very much. And at the end of the day, why should he sacrifice his career for Zack Snyder? Zack's doing very well as well over on Netflix. Why should Henry destroy his career? And he still wants to play Superman. So he's played it exactly the right way. And there will be an announcement sooner rather than later about that. And I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So we'll see what happens about that. He is 38 years old, so he's not getting any younger. We'll see what happens there. But I'm confident we will get some cameos at least from him, which would be a lot of fun. I like Cavill's Man of Steel Superman suit. I kind of feel that they changed his costume a lot in BVS. Am I wrong there? It looks different and a darker shades and lighter shades with different angles. Was I wrong there? And there's angles that I didn't really like the BVS costume and some angles that I loved it. And the one in Justice League, I didn't like at all. That looked different. That looked different. I think we need to go back to a traditional comic book costume as well, looking at Superman, but we'll see what they do there. Ronnie Dodge, they attacked Henry and Gale in 2019 when they didn't hashtag release the Snyder Cut. Yeah, because they don't get it. They don't get it. But, obviously Henry never hashtagged that, I don't think, even on Instagram, because he's not on Twitter. He keeps away from Twitter, and quite right too. Lots of toxicity there. You can protect yourself on Instagram. That's why my future wife, Amber Heard, does a lot on Instagram as well, although she's on Twitter and she's posting a lot of pictures on both platforms now. Very fetching, Amber. I love it. Come on, Amber. You know it makes sense. You know Johnny would hate it if you and me got together. Imagine it. He'd probably try and sue me as well. But do I want Johnny Depp's leftovers? Do I? I don't think that I do. I don't know. I don't think so. I'm not sure about that. So, yeah, basically, what people say on the internet isn't fact. There's a lot of, I've noticed a couple of accounts have come from nowhere, pretending they're bloggers and saying, we've got sources saying this, we've had a double source say that. And they're just frauds. They're just trying to, capitalize on the Restore the Snyderverse movement. And these idiots can't see it. And I'm not going to mention these people's names, but I know what you're doing. I know that you're fake. I know you don't really care about restoring the Snyderverse, and you're using it to build a platform. Don't think I don't know that. So I can see through you. There was a couple of platforms come up from nowhere, and when the Snyder Cut was greenlit to be on HBO Max. So, yeah, I know who the players are, I know who the frauds are, and I know who the genuine people are. So I don't come out and slay people publicly and name them and shame them. But I know who you are, and I know you're fakes, and I know you're frauds. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia glazes out. You welcome coming Australia, bro. Do you know what? When I used to be obsessed with Neighbours and Home and Away, I thought Australia looked so beautiful, and I'd love to go to Australia. I think it looks a beautiful place, and they've dealt with COVID really well as well. So at the moment, I don't think I can travel over there because of the COVID thing, but eventually I would love to come to Australia. On my to-do list for many, many years. Just get Jason Donovan. I think Jason and Kylie live in the UK, don't they? I used to be a big Jason and Kylie fan. I used to literally cover my wall with posters of Jason Donovan and Kylie Minogue and Rick Astley and Bananarama. That's what I used to do. You're not going to tell anyone, are you? Whoops, there's 7 people in the chat. 7 people know. Oh, please, you must keep it a secret. Please don't tell anyone. I think we'll give it 5 minutes and we'll sign off till tonight. There's no other news. There's nothing going on. So I think 5 minutes. Make your comments in the next 5 minutes so I can read them out. Hot Takes Tuesdays. I should be so lucky. Lucky, lucky, lucky. Ronnie Dodge. Girl saying about Joss last night was sad, but I'm glad she sorted it out quickly. Bits what Ray should have done, in my opinion, not spewing it out on Twitter. Yes, I think Ray did try, and they kept on, they just kept on pushing him away. There's a difference between Gal Gadot and Ray Fisher, and that's a shame. So I understand why Fisher's got a beef about that. They listen to Gal because, she's popular, she's Wonder Woman. And basically, when he was doing Justice League, the reshoots, he wasn't famous yet. Nobody has seen his performance. So they just waved him to one side. But this was Gal Gadot. They had to listen to her. This is the problem with the industry. So I do understand elements of what Fisher's saying about the Justice League reshoots. But look, Whedon's gone now. It's over. Kurt, Marcus Walker, I personally prefer the badass Wonder Woman to Patty's Linda Carter knockoff in Wonder Woman 84. I couldn't agree more. Getting rid of the shield and sword was pathetic, but I could have lived with that if it was an awesome movie. So, yeah, I totally agree with you. Wonder Woman 2017 is one of the best comic book movies of all time. I put it up there with Superman the movie. It has that element to it, doesn't it? And it was amazing. And you know why she got Wonder Woman 84? Because she wrongly took all the credit for Wonder Woman 2017. It was Zack's vision. It was his and his writing partner's vision. And she got a few creative choices in, but she's proven she has no idea about Wonder Woman. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia, glazes out. 600 fan, Manchester United in Australia, bro. Wow. 600 fans, what, Manchester United fans, or demonstrating, or what? Explain. Surely we've got more than 600 fans in Australia, right? Or isn't it a big footballing community or soccer community over there? Hot Takes Tuesdays. Think you missed my question. Do you think Gal actually liked the presentation of Wonder Woman in the Snyder Cut? Why do you think she hasn't been as supportive as Ray and Momoa? Well, Momoa's interesting. You see, Momoa knows he's bulletproof. You know, he's Aquaman now. That film is the highest grossing film. So basically, Momoa can say whatever he wants in reason. And Ray Fisher's maybe publicly stated, you know, accountability over entertainment is more important than my career. In terms of Gal Gadot and Henry Cavill, they're career actors who want to climb up that ladder, and that's why they haven't been as supportive. And I don't think they should have to be as supportive if their career is more important to them than, you know, backing Restore the Snyderverse or Release the Snyder Cut. So I don't think they did anything wrong, and that's why I believe they weren't as supportive. Yes, I think I don't think it matters what she likes or doesn't like. Actors are like slaves. They do as they're told. It doesn't really matter what they like. They want to be seen. They want to be in film. It's kind of irrelevant if they like it or not. Who knows if she prefers Wonder Woman 84 style to the Snyder Cut? Who knows? But she knows that Zack Snyder gave her the job that she's got. Without Snyder, she'd be nothing. Where are we? Marcus Walker, she should always represent hope and peace, but a true warrior at heart. Well, you can do them all, can't you? She can represent hope and peace, but be a warrior as well. Batman represents hope and peace, but he's a kick-ass warrior as well, right? Yes, he's a darker character, but he is hopeful. And I mean, yes, he's not a peaceful character, and nor is Wonder Woman, by the way. Let's be clear. Wonder Woman kills people, even in the comics. But that's what she's fighting for, hope and peace, as Superman is. So it's important to understand that. But the problem is, it's not just what she believes Wonder Woman should be, Patty Jenkins. It's the execution of the film. And the execution of the film simply didn't work until the third act. And you can't keep me waiting until the third act to give me something. The last act is inspirational, amazing, fantastic. But you wasted the whole movie. You brought back Steve Trevor as Sam Beckett from Quantum Leap, and he leaped in somebody's body. He even looked in a bloody mirror. I'm surprised he didn't do that noise when Sam used to look in the mirror. Ridiculous. Kurt, Manchester United fan. Yeah, Manchester United fan, 600 in Australia, bro. Wow. Have I read that already? I probably have. Marcus Walker, she should always represent, and I've read that as well. Ronnie Dodge, I hope the fandom panels are longer this year. I think it will be a bigger thing, definitely. Hot Takes Tuesdays, Marcus Walker, I agree, but Wonder Woman should not kill unless she has to. I think Snyder got her more right in the Snyder Cut than 84. Wonder Woman only kills in extreme circumstances. Oh, she's a brutal warrior, Hot Takes Tuesdays. She's definitely, and obviously, listen, I'm not actually that bothered about superheroes killing or not killing. They shouldn't kill in cold-blooded ways, but sometimes it's killed or be killed. In those circumstances, I'm well happy. Ronnie Dodge, Wonder Woman is a warrior. You can't take the warrior away from her, absolutely. Marcus Walker, absolutely. So it looks like we're all in agreement, which is really good, which is a first for the internet. Right, guys, another couple of minutes and I'm going to shoot off. I think that chicken's going to be burning, isn't it? So if you've got anything else to say to me on today's Big Mouth Daily Live, say it now or forever hold your peace or leave it till tonight. I'll be here from 6 to 6:30, one of those times, and we'll do about an hour again live, and we'll see how many people we get in, because we got in quite a few people last night. Well, not quite a few people. What am I talking about? 15, 16 people. But for me, that's a lot. See, I normally get 10 at most. Kurt, Manchester United fan. Australia glaze it out. Good soccer stadium in Australia, bro. Awesome. Love to see it. Hot Takes Tuesdays. This was her argument with Batman and Superman. I've read Wonder Woman. She's more interesting when she only kills when she has to. She didn't have to kill those terrorists. No, listen. She was in a situation where there's a bunch of children, right, and terrorists. She did what she had to do. Now, are you saying she couldn't have? Am I saying could she find another way and not kill those terrorists? Maybe, but when you're in that situation, it's very difficult. So at the end of the day, I don't mind her killing the terrorists. I really don't. Marcus Walker, it just depends on the perspective of the creator. We need different interpretations like Snyder, Burton, Schumacher, Reeves, etc. Listen, I think people get too triggered by the no killing thing. I think the only person really who should steer clear of killing is Superman because of his history and what he means to people. I think with other characters, if you have this no kill rule with everyone, then it's hard to negate a story, isn't it? Hot Takes Tuesday. So her killing was a misunderstanding of her character that came in the New 52. Also, Wonder Woman Superman killing negates Black Adam. When he kills, it won't make him a villain. Well, Black Adam is kind of a villain already. Superman killing, basically, Superman shouldn't kill. Superman shouldn't kill. It's not what he stands for, right? I know they put him in a position he had no choice in Man of Steel. It's not about the story he was in. There was no need to write him in that situation unless you make it a lesson of Superman. So he says, I know what it feels like to kill. I'm not going to kill again, right? But they didn't even do that. He kills Zod and it's forgotten about. And I didn't like that. Kurt, Manchester United fan, Australia Glazers out. What time are you going live stream, Manchester United games, bro? United games, bro. I don't think I'm going to be able to go live while Manchester United. Actually, what time? It kicks off at 4:15. No, hang on. It kicks off 4:15 my time, 2:00 UK time. I probably won't be live, but I will be live straight after the game, actually, so we can still discuss the game. So that's 6 or 6:30 UK time, Kurt, Manchester United fan. Ronnie Dodge, Wonder Woman learning to fly in Wonder Woman 84 was a good moment. Oh, yes, absolutely. From that moment on, when Steve Trevor leaves and she flies and she does the inspirational chat, all of that is awesome. I love all of that. It's the rest of the film that's very slow with its pacing and makes very, very big mistakes in terms of storytelling. But the third act, Ronnie, is a sensational movie. It's not a terrible movie by any stretch of the imagination, but it's uncomparable to the first one, and that's a shame. But the third act, absolutely fantastic. Hot Takes Tuesdays. Black Adam is a villain because he kills and the JL don't. What will distinguish him or a character like Thomas Wayne Batman if JL killed? Listen, being a villain isn't just about you killing, it's your intentions, right? Lex Luthor isn't just a villain because people die because of him. It's his intentions, in what he believes. It's his hatred. He believes in hate instead of love. Hate instead of... he believes in hopelessness instead of hope, right? He hates Superman for having power, for having power. He wants that power. It's not just about someone being a killer. Dexter in the TV show Dexter is a killer, but do you see him as a villain? Think about that one. Ronnie Dodge, definitely Wonder Woman 84 dragged until the third act. Beautiful third act. Might even be one of the best third acts I've ever seen in CBM history. But the rest of the film simply, look, Cheetah, the eyeliner looks like it's been drawn on. The costume wasn't very good. That element it didn't work. It didn't work, unfortunately. And I would have feared for her. If we had a normal release window, I would have feared for her. So what's time now? Yes, right, Hot Takes Tuesdays. No, bro, that's literally Black Adam's character. He's a Superman who kills. Wonder Woman is someone who, when she kills, it matters to the Justice League. She stands for hope and peace like Superman. Hot Takes Tuesdays, I disagree with you, right? Black Adam isn't just that because he killed. He's not just Superman, but he happens to kill, and that makes him bad. There's a lot more to Black Adam than that, right? His history, the reason he wanted the power. This is a man who was in slavery. He's bitter and angry how he and his people were treated, and that sends him down a certain way because he's an abused person. So it's not just about saying because he kills, he's Superman that kills. No, no, no. There's a lot more to it than that. Hot takes. So is Dexter from the TV show Dexter a bad character? Is he a villain because he kills serial killers? You haven't responded. You're wrong. I've read the comics, mate. Now, Hot Takes Tuesdays, we're gonna come to a bit of a clash here because nobody's wrong, nobody's right. I'm right from my understanding, and you're right from your opinion, right? It's, you're speaking your truth and I'm speaking mine. So I don't really care if you've read the fucking Bible. At the end of the day, I've just explained to you that you're not just a villain. Black Adam is an anti-hero, yes. But you still haven't answered my question. Is Dexter from the TV series a villain because he kills? Now, you won't answer that question because you know that exposes your point, that it takes more than just being a killer to be a villain. In storytelling, I'm talking about, not in the real world. And Marcus Walker, and it doesn't make any sense, Cheetah returning, an 80-year-old Christine Wig. Well, I think they got it wrong with Cheetah. Simple as that. Villains are villains for a reason, right? Some villains don't even kill. Some villains are just villains because they break the law, right? But you can't just simplify Black Adam by saying he's just Superman that kills. No, his backstory is so different to Superman. He's a bloody slave. He is, he's forged in slavery, and his people are forged in slavery. This is how he goes down the dark direction that he goes to. Hot Takes Tuesdays, yeah. And he's a brutal killer and becomes a dictator. Dexter is a different character. You're twisting the narrative to sort your own argument, mate. I'm talking about the reason Black Adam is a villain, or what makes Thomas Wayne different as Batman. He's not a villain just because he kills. He's not just Superman that kills. His backstory has forged his motives for killing. Do you understand? It's a lot deeper than that. In my opinion, you can have your opinion. Keep it. That's my opinion, and I'm not going to change it. It doesn't matter who's read the comics and who hasn't read the comics. It's pretty obvious that he's from Kahndaq. He and the Kahndaq people are slaves, and this is why he's gone down this direction. If he came from Krypton and was brought up by the Kents, he wouldn't go down the direction he goes in. It's different histories, and our lives and our experiences forge our decision-making and whether our heart's going to be light or dark. Some of us can handle a lot of abuse, and some people can't, and it sends us down the wrong direction in life. And, Thomas Wayne, different. Yeah, again, is Thomas Wayne a villain? No, Thomas Wayne kills when he's Batman. Anyway, that's it for today. I definitely have to turn this chicken around. It's probably burnt already. Thank you, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for joining in. I will be back tonight for Big Mouth Live. Please do not miss it. A fun chat, nice little heated debate with Hot Takes Tuesdays. Really enjoyed it. Hot Takes Tuesdays. I only have 200 words, mate. I can't give you a thespian what makes villains villains. I agree with you, but I'm a huge Shazam fan, so I think whether you know it or not, the comics tells a different. Yeah, but I'm sure the comics don't just simplify it as Black Adam being Superman that kills. That's just my opinion. Hot Takes Tuesdays story. Ronnie Dodge, Shazam 2 starts filming this week. Oh, yeah, the actress said she's filming next week. So we've got a third DC movie in production now. Have that, haters. Anyway, I've really got to go and check on this chicken. Thank you, everyone. See you tonight, either 6 p.m. or 6:30. Be there. Be square. Goodbye. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for the chat. It was amazing. See you again tonight. Hot Takes Tuesday. Well, I can't wait for Shazam 2. Me neither, Hot Takes Tuesdays. Come back to the chat tonight. I'll be back then. Whatever you're doing, have a great day, great evening, and I will be back then. See you later, Hot Takes Tuesdays. Ronnie Dodge, Marcus Walker, the Manchester United supporter, all of you. See you again tonight. Chicken. Oh, yeah, the chicken's going to burn. See you later. Bye-bye.